Thank you for selecting Most Loved Wrestling, the place where wrestling is most loved. Officially, I've become truly ungrateful. When the show concluded, I was saying Raw was a little bit weaker than it usually is, forgetting the fact that that's down to Raw constantly delivering. And I'm definitely ungrateful, because if I was to compare it to anything that we got in the 2010s, I would have been writing home about this episode of Raw. I would have been singing from rooftops. But instead, because expectation has been uplifted as of recent, in my mind, Raw's not allowed a week off. Try not to be like me. But either way, here I am to deliver them MVPs. But before I do so, give me a like on this video, subscribe to my bullshit, and hit the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing and believe that the world deserves to bear witness, then this is how you can make it happen. Now, this is a wrestling show, so as per usual, we're going to start with the wrestling. Sheamus kicks the features off of Pete Dunne. Maxxine Dupri and Ivy Nile ends in a no contest after the Wyatt Six make an appearance. The New Day and Odyssey Jones close the book on the Final Testament. Bronson Reed destroys The Miz again. Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio doesn't even get started, because it was a step up from the get-go. The Unholy Union retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and Ludwig Kaiser gets to feel the three most devastating words in sports entertainment today: the RKO, resulting in Randy Orton picking up the victory. Other developments: Gunther and Orton went face to face again. Let's just say that they now both agree that this is personal. Ludwig Kaiser jumps Randy Orton from behind as Imperium leave Randy laying. Ludwig Kaiser has still not forgotten about Sheamus, and Orton and Gunther close the show with a brawl after the main event. Kofi and Xavier have a conversation about his mood lately. Xavier expresses that he wishes that Kofi had told him that he wanted to bring Odyssey in, and now he feels like Kofi is trying to replace Big E. Kofi assures him it's not a replacement tactic. He tells him he's just trying to be a veteran that looks out for the younger talent, trying to be something and someone that he and Xavier both didn't have when Day was on their rise. The Judgment Day and the Terror Twins are both talking trash to each other via promo packages. Dom actually challenges Damian Priest to a match. Both Rhea and Damian knew it was a trap, but he accepted anyway. The trap was sprung, and Damian Priest still cleaned house. Dom was about to get put through the announce table by Rhea until Liv came through with a steel chair and completely wrecked Rhea Ripley, whilst Damian was forced to watch, and then he gets just the same from the boys, and Dom loves it when Liv talks dirty. Apparently, CM Punk is Taylor Swift for men, and it's official, it's a strap match in Berlin. Punk makes an offer: I'll give you the strap if you just give me that bracelet back. But as seen last week, CM Punk is a liar, and Drew doesn't trust him, so Drew declines the offer. We got Ruthless Robbie Lawler in the crowd. Absolute legend. Bronson Reed was about to do The Miz the same way he done Seth Rollins and R-Truth, but before he could do it, he ran into a worthy challenger, and his name is Braun Strowman. We are going to have a tournament to decide the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, a tournament which we now know that Jey Uso has entered his name into. We get a highlight reel package of Pat McAfee's 2024 as he leaves for the football season, but trust he will be back in January. Next week, we got Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. The Intercontinental Championship tournament begins, and we get the in-ring debut of Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. My thoughts on the show? Like, honestly, does Randy Orton still hate his theme? I mean, people serenade him to the ring. How much can you hate that? The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther has only gone and got himself that Dominic Mysterio heat. He's not even allowed to speak anymore. He accuses Randy Orton of being the one that's made this personal because he got hit with an RKO. But wasn't he talking about his father and his father's father and all that stuff? And he says that Randy's an underachiever. Listen, somebody needs to come and get their boy. Like, seriously, Gunther, you're losing credibility with your words. You need to behave. But I love the intensity. This rivalry definitely picked up on this episode of Raw, because be honest, when was the last time you saw an eye poke close the show? That's just diabolical. I will absolutely hate this theme forever. I'm really not looking forward to a New Day breakup, but I understand they need something new. Okay, Maxxine, get up. Like, don't get me wrong, she's not perfect, but she's come a long way. Chad Gable takes her sister Abigail like a boss. I'm excited to see Uncle Howdy's debut next week, but I'm royally pissed that once again, the Wyatt Six are being snubbed from the PLE. Like, this is some bullshit for real. When did The Miz get so honorable? Bloody Joker. Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed should be an exciting kaiju affair. I feel like they should have probably waited a little bit before having this colossal meeting, mainly because right now, Bronson needs to win. Meanwhile, I need Braun Strowman to be winning too. But really, it's a minor. I'm glad that we're having a tournament for the #1 contendership of the Intercontinental title. This is always a good way that you can get some banger matches, because you don't need to really think about how you're getting to those matches, and you don't have to do any mental gymnastics about why somebody is getting a shot at the title. They won a tournament, that is why. Even though you're still going to get some dummies on the internet who will say such and such winner doesn't deserve a title shot or it doesn't make sense. Like they didn't just watch a whole tournament. But we move. This was super necessary. The Terror Twins needed to get their ass whipped. They kept smashing on Judgment Day for 2 straight weeks, and it was taken away from the new Judgment Day's credibility. Because whether you love it or hate it, the truth is, it's Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, and some jobber and mid-card talent. So they needed to be catching bodies for us to take them serious as a threat. So therefore, I'm glad that this happened. I'm gonna fucking miss Pat McAfee, but I take solace knowing that he will be back in January when Raw goes to Netflix. Now it's time for them MVPs. In 5th place, I'm going with Bronson Reed. He continues his destructive activities. His name's still on the tip of our tongues, and next week we'll get to see him face somebody his own size. Well, actually, Braun's a bit bigger, but still, we all love to see them big meaty men slapping man meat matches taking place. In 4th place, I'm down with Sheamus. Sheamus is just always enjoyable to watch, despite the trash theme, and he does what he says, deliver banger after banger after banger after banger. And this week's episode of Raw was no different. And dude's got so many stories going on at one time. He's always available to start something with Drew McIntyre at the drop of a hat. He's got his beef still going with Pete Dunne because that's not been fully explored, and he's still got unfinished business with Ludwig Kaiser. He said it himself, we're one apiece. In 3rd place, I'm down with the best in the world, CM Punk. He got the match he wanted. He got the strap match in Berlin. I love strap matches personally. I'm thinking of Cody Rhodes in AEW and smiling from ear to ear. Them dog collar matches too. I love all those kind of matches. Texas Bull Rope's another one. I want all that brutality. And no, not Rhea. Well, I take that back. I do want her too. But right now, I'm just referring to the strap match. Speaking of Rhea, in 2nd place, I'm going with the Terror Twins. Yeah, they got laid out tonight, but it still don't take away from the aura that they have been developing. On Raw, Damian Priest is him. It's come to the point where I actually want this man to get back to the championship. Not right now, but at some point. And all of that stuff can be echoed on Rhea Ripley. This whole storyline is the best thing about Raw. And first, the MVPs, I've got no choice but to go with the Judgment Day. They finally stopped getting their asses handed to them. Their credibility was getting diminished, but they did what they had to do tonight. I was kind of thinking that I don't necessarily like the new Judgment Day as much as the old one, and I still don't. But sometimes as fans, we need to adopt more patience before we decide to judge the talent. But what can I say? We are only human. We make those mistakes. But these guys are definitely the MVPs tonight. They completely wrapped up Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, left them in a heap stacked up on top of each other in the ring. When was the last time you saw Damian Priest being the one that gets smoked and laid out in the ring? Yes, it's happened to the Judgment Day, but it'll be JD, Carlito, Dominic Mysterio that takes the arse whooping. It's never Rhea Ripley and it's never Damian Priest. So for that visual alone, plus 10,000 aura. Absolutely brilliant night for the Judgment Day. Good shit. Now for those that watch, you've seen that I missed SmackDown last week. I've already got it recorded. I just need to do some editing. I've had some family business. We had a funeral, a lot of other things going on. So I've been a bit busy. Wasn't able to make the MVPs video for SmackDown, but I'll still produce it for those who want to see it. Of course, if you don't, I understand. Raw's already come out. That's what we're talking about now. That's why I'm putting this out first, so you can see that. But either way, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you clicking on the videos. But that's all I got for you. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like. Remember to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.